Welcome back to another episode of Gamblers Grind Podcast. It's your boy Make a Wish here, and we're gonna start this off with a little recap session because we missed not yesterday's games, yesterday's slate beforehand. So let's talk a little about that, right? Excuse me. So going into everything here, going into everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Starting off, you see that Jamal Murray? Did you see that Jamal Murray? Oh my goodness, why is he so good in crunch time nowadays? He made those Lakers. I mean, like I said, it's one thing that I would definitely give credit to for Mike Malone, because he made sure he gave credit to the Lakers and what they did. A lot of people, they're going to look at this 4-1 and just not brush it off as a big old Willie Wop or LeBron, how bad he is and how he's not the greatest, and blah, blah, blah. And the Lakers are a bad team and that. No. This was a hard fought series, just like last year's sweep was. Nuggets against the Lakers. The Lakers have brought everything they could. They did better this year. They had more closer games last year, but they did better this year as a team. And Mike Malone had to make sure he gave credit where credit was due. Every game getting down to the wire. 2 games could have been swing games. Literally take one shot away. Murray shots, and different series. The series would be what, 2-3, 3-2 Lakers right now. You know what I'm saying? Well, not right now, but just in general. And that's the whole point of it. So it's like, gotta get credit where credit's due. Nuggets were the better team the entire time, and honestly, I do believe if the Lakers were to beat the Nuggets, they actually could run away with the whole championship this year. They definitely could, because every other team they could definitely beat. Every other team. Fight me down in the comments below. But that was one thing that definitely had to be said there. The Thunder, the Pelicans, I was surprised the Pelicans put up as much of a fight they did this time, going to the last game, but I'm not surprised by that. Like I said before, leading into this, that the Pelicans might have some less fire at home to try and stop this from running away. And they did. They held it down, defensively wise, until the fourth quarter. And then OKC just kept going. That's how it was. That was a nice little series. It was actually a good thing about that is, like, I want to say for the Thunder, that was a good warm-up into the postseason to get them an idea what to expect. Because if they had played the Lakers instead of the Pelicans, they're being sent home. That's point blank period. There's no question about that whatsoever. So playing the Pelicans, they actually got off easy, so they were able to not coast into the next leg, but they are playing probably the Clippers, most likely the Clippers. Either way, either team, the Clippers or the Mavs are gonna. I mean, it's not gonna be a quick, clean series like this, the 4-0 sweep here, but it's gonna be, I think, still heavily favored Thunder to win that one, barring any injuries, anything like that. And the Heat and the Celtics, I'm not really surprised by the outcome of that. Not one bit. I was expecting it to be closer than what it was than the 20-point loss they suffered the first time, which they were. They were within 14 points. Not quite the negative 10.5 that I bet. But hey, it is what it is. He did the thing, and after this game here, let's see if they can make any more adjustments going forward. I don't believe the series is over, but it could be. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because Celtics made some good, proper adjustments, and they didn't let the foot off the gas pedal this time. So that's pretty good. So those are, what day was this? Monday nights recap going on. Quick and easy. Nice, quick, clean, painless, right? Tuesday, though. Oh, boy. You guys see that Tyrese Maxey pop-off? Oh, my goodness. Saved the day. Saved the elimination. Saved the playoffs for the Sixers. And now we got a 3-2 series. Oh, my goodness. And then that turnover, that major turnover by Brunson. I know he was super angry about himself for that one. That's ridiculous how that happened. But that was a nice, great finish to a game with overtime. And then the Sixers just kept going. It was a good game, though. That was a good game. I'm actually surprised the Sixers won that one. I thought the series was done. And it was looking like it should have been done. But hey, when you get pros playing, pros do pro things. And these pros stepped up and showed that they are still hungry. Sixers are still in the game. It's not over yet. And this is going to be game 6. So they're going back home. Sixers are going to be back home again. If they're able to win here, then they take it to game 7. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting to see if this happens here. Interesting how that happens. Well, I'll talk about that game tomorrow. And oh my goodness, my prediction about the Pacers just putting their both feet on the throat of the Bucks and turning sideways, that did not come to fruition. If you guys happen to notice, the Bucks still had life in them. And it seemed to me, I don't know if you saw that too when you were watching, that the Pacers, they didn't have it in them. Like, I feel like they were a little too confident in regards to what they were doing. They were a little too lax. I mean, they really don't play defense. That's a given. And but they were a little too lax from what I see. They were making a few too many mistakes. I ain't look at the turnovers. I'm not gonna check that out right now. But it just seemed from what I was watching that it wasn't it was definitely not their best foot forward. Now, this is a 3-2 series now. And unless they always want in at the house, Pacers want to bring it back to home to finish at home, that could be a thing too. But I said they definitely weren't ready for that game yesterday at the Bucks. They weren't ready for that. I feel they were just a little too lax. They looked like they felt like they had it in the bag. And I guess they felt like the Bucks were going to just roll over and play dead. Like I said, Bucks back against the wall. They had both the main guys out. That doesn't mean it was over because they played the way they needed to play the game before when they were playing super high pace. 70 points? 65, 70 points, both first quarter and second quarter combined? Yeah, that's the pace they needed to bring. And that's what they lost with. This time they were able to put the defense on them. It kept Pascal down in points, kept Halliburton down in points. So that was actually what they needed. So maybe if they can do that again, that'd be great. But let's see what happens. The Pacers can make any adjustments. Because I do feel, well, if you notice that Halliburton actually shooting this time. He shot the last 3 games. And he hasn't been shooting for a while. So like it seems to me like they have 2 different styles of play. They had Halliburton run and gun style with him shooting, and they had the run and gun style with him just assisting and being a presence, being a threat on the field. And let's see if they can turn it on, turn it off next game. I think that's probably going to happen. I think there might be just a two-trick pony. That might be the case there. So we'll see. I still believe Pacers are going to win the series. This next game should be the last game there. Period. Because I don't feel that they're going to be that relaxed to get at home and let the Bucks come back and just deficient. I don't see it happening. The last game, though, that surprised me. If you happen to notice, well, so far it's a 3-2 series. 2-2 first 2 games, 1 at home. 2-0 first 2 games, 1 at home. 2-2 next 2 games, 1 at home. 3-2 last game, 1 at home. But if you happen to notice, this is the only close game of the series. Is it trying to be an indicator to say that the Magic actually a little more hungrier than the Cavaliers? They're actually really trying to get this work in? Because if that's the case, the Cavaliers had better take this in the next game. Otherwise, it goes to game 7. I think Magic might win this one. I didn't even at all consider looking at these two teams for this as the Magic actually potentially being the ones to win, but they're being a more aggressive team right now. They're ones actually putting more effort into it. So I do feel if it goes game 7, Magic wins this one. If it goes game 7, Magic wins. Cavaliers better clean them out tomorrow, next game. That's what I'm foreseeing. Oh boy. But yeah, for all that being said, that is all the updates for the last 2 days, for the 29th and 30th. So I'm going to leave it there for that, and I'm going to take this old information and carry it over into the next for the picks and stuff like that. So that being said, how was going to end these things? I mean, it's not even the full ender, so I'm going to just move to the next. Click here to move into the next, to the picks.